channel and thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. Forgot to cut the lights on. Um, this is going to be a message for all the signs, but before I get into that, I'm going to share with you the music that came with the song and with the video. And I want to talk to you a minute about this song because this is a very, very intense song. And I would encourage you when you get time to look up the meaning behind the lyrics and do like a real deep dive into these lyrics because they are very intense. Um, the song was Manchester Orchestra, The Silence. And when you first hear that song, hey Jazzy, what's up, baby? I'm just getting started. When you first hear that song, you might be asking yourself, like, what is this even about? But once I got to looking into it, it's actually a prayer. Can you hear me, Jazzy? Can you hear me, baby? Okay, cool. And I actually realized that I thought the microphone wasn't working right, and I apologize if I've been too loud because I don't hear well. And I had somehow my earbuds got set on a setting where they were protecting my hearing. And I didn't realize how loud it was until I took it off of that setting and I was like, geez, I can hear it now. My hearing can't be protected anymore. It's gone. Okay, so I'm going to go through the rest of the signs this afternoon. I want to bring up something that some of you may have known, some of you may have not, but we just had our 250th birthday in America yesterday as a nation. And if you know a little bit about astrology, the stars and the planets were aligned exactly in the same place as they were when we became a nation. And something was predicted to be very. Hey, Games, what's up? Hello, hello. Thank you for being here so much from Bangladesh. Wow, wonderful. Yeah, yeah. And it was predicted that something was going to happen because it always does when those planets realign in that same exact way. Um, and every time they have aligned in that way, something has happened in every country when the planets align in that same way, that country will see something major change. And this was the United States' turn, and it was our birthday. It's just like anything else having a birthday, a person, a dog, when our planets align. Mine actually aligned back in 2020. And then what was really cool about it is it was back. Thank you, Aiden Scott. I appreciate that. Thank you for the sub. My planets aligned back in 20. That's when I started this channel. I came out of the closet with my readings. I had hidden it from even my my mother knew, and my mom and my stepfather knew. But as far as my husband and kids, I had always hidden it from them. I put them away, and I started going to church. And I was raised in church, the Christian church, and so that's what my belief system is. And I allow anyone that's here to have their own belief system. I will never impose my beliefs on you. I just want to assure you of that. You're safe here. You're safe to be yourself. Hey, Christie, what's up? No, actually I did get one, but I haven't fixed it since I got it. You remember I cut it myself? Well, she had to do damage control, so it looks a little different. And she didn't cut my bangs as short as I wanted them, but yeah, I had to get it cut. I don't have a lottery membership. If you want to have lottery numbers, stick around and I'll pull some for you, okay? I haven't made a membership on that yet. I just want the right people to win it. All right, so first of all, let me let Otto in because he wants to help with the video. Come on, baby. Come on. Cosmo's in his cage because I already know he won't behave. Too much going on for him to behave. Okay, so I was saying Manchester Orchestra, The Silence, was the song that came out for this reading. And I was also saying that yesterday was the 250th birthday of America. And anytime something has a birthday, the planets align exactly that same way again at some point. And they just happened to do that yesterday. And anytime that happens, something major will change the shape of that, whatever it is. And that's what happened to me in 2020 when I started this channel is my planets aligned. I don't know if you remember or not, but they also aligned the same way they were on Christ's birthday. The same way. And they aligned on my birthday and then they aligned on the same way they were when um so yesterday uh please God, please stop with this Mercury retrograde. Please help me. Please help me to get this message out because I feel it is such a crucial message. Please God, I ask you not to let the internet or anything stops the message. If it's your will, if not, I'll just shut up and close it now. Okay. Hey, Siren, what's up, baby? So, what we see going on in America right now is not surprising because it was our birthday yesterday and the planets were aligned in exactly the same way they were the day we became a nation. Okay. And I had even discussed that with my family and told them at July 4th, around about that time, something major is going to happen in this country. I want you to prepare yourselves for it because I don't know what's going to happen, but something is going to happen. What's up, Mystic Joint? Okay, so I want to real quickly go over the words to the song that I got, Manchester Orchestra, The Silence, and then I want to talk to you about something else. But this is actually a prayer. This song is a prayer between a man and God, okay? So if you look at it from that perspective, you understand a little bit better, but you can do a deep dive by Googling it and you can find out if you look into it exactly what it means, okay? Manchester Orchestra, The Silence. There we go. Okay. This is how it goes. And I'm going to kind of break it down for you a little bit. Why do I deserve the science to feel better about you? What he's saying is, God, why do I deserve to have proof of you to feel better? Because God does give us proof. If we look for it in the scientific world, we can see that God is real. At a loss, I lost my cool. So he was going through an extreme loss and he lost his cool, okay? I denied that I found you. So he had found God at some point in his life, went through some really hard times, some struggles, and he cursed God, okay? He was like, you don't exist, you're not real. If you were real, you would not be letting me go through this. I tried to be a basket case. I did not surprise you. So he even tried to act crazy, and that didn't surprise God. I did not surprise you. I'm trying to find a signal fire, let me know when I should move. So God's asking him, which direction should I go in now? Like I'm lost. He's saying, I'm lost, God. What do I do? But you amplified in the silence, justified in the way you make me bruise. And I want to say that when we go through really, really hard times and no one is there, and we're in that quiet, silent place, and we even feel like our prayers are not being heard, that is when we will grow the most. You won't see it at the moment. You might be pissed off at God. You might be denying that it even exists. But eventually, you will grow past that to being stronger, and your faith will be stronger because God will never leave you alone. You cannot be left alone by God. You'll never be alone. You might feel alone. You might feel like there is no God, but there is, I assure you. And it will never leave you alone, okay? Call it whatever you want to call it, your higher power, whatever. Anatomically proved that you don't need me. In other words, you don't need me. I need you. Why do I desire the space? Like, why do I have this? I want to be close to you, but why do I constantly put space between us with the things that I do and the things that I say and the way that I act and the way that I behave? Because no matter how much we desire to do the right thing in life, it's not easy. And we are human and we will make mistakes. The best of us who have the strongest of integrity are prone to fuck up. Okay? And if you think that you can't make a mistake, you're going to do it the very next thing you do, probably with an audience. I was more after you. I was lost and I lost my shape. Like, he don't even know who he is anymore. There was nothing I could do. I don't want to waste away. It was all I gave to you. Take me back and take my place. I will rise up for you. But you amplified in the silence, justified in the way you make me bruise. So now he's begging God to help him because after being in that place of, I've walked away from God, I'm no longer going to live a life of faith, I'm going to just be faithless. After you do that for so long, eventually you find out that the only thing you have left is God. Because slowly, by piece, things will be removed until you realize all you have is God. And that's just the way it works because God will pursue you. God is in love with you. God loves you so much that it will not let you not know that. And it will pursue you with all of its heart and will never stop pursuing you. But the Holy Spirit is a gentleman and will not impose its will on you. You have to decide. Because, see, God can have anything God wants. Okay? Rich people understand this because they can have anything they want, but they want what wants them, not what wants what they have. And see, we all want what God can do for us, but how many of us really want God? It's easy to say, I'm grateful and I love God when things are going your way. But when you have no money in the bank, when you have no food in the refrigerator, when you have no refrigerator or any electricity to run it, it's not so easy. Magnified in the silence, anatomically proved that you don't need me. All the while you waste away, you're asking, did I really need another one to take me down? Everybody knows it's something that you had to live with, darling. Nobody's going to tear you down now. There is nothing you keep. There is only your reflection. See, stripped away of everything that he ever had. Nothing left but himself. Okay? There was nothing but quiet reactions and families pleading, don't look in the cabinet. There's far more bad than there's good. I don't know how it got there. That was something your father had burned in me. 20 hours of homestake eternity. You can only go anywhere, but you are where you came from. You can go anywhere you want to and try to escape. But when you get there, guess what? You're going to be there and you're going to be where you came from. There is nothing but darkness and agony. I cannot only see, but you stopped me from blinking. Like you stopped me from even being able to not see this. Once you see some things, you cannot unsee them. Let me watch you as close as a memory. Let me hold you above all the misery. Let me open my eyes and be glad that I got here. So at the end of it all, you will be glad that you got there. But going through it, it's going to be agony, it's going to be painful, it's going to be hard, and there are going to be times when you feel the silence. Okay, this is a reading for all the signs that did not get done day before yesterday. And I was discussing before you all got here about how the planets were aligned yesterday, the same way they were when the United States became a nation. And that is why we see the things going on right now that are happening, because when those planets align again, just like they did when something's born, especially something as big as a nation, it's going to change shapes, okay? Something's going to change about it. Now, after hearing that song, and it's a prayer, what it reminded me of and what was brought to my mind was the book of Job, which is in the Holy Scriptures, if you're wondering what that is. I don't know where you are. I'm not trying to dumb it down for you, but I don't know where you are in your scriptures, okay? I don't know if you've ever heard of it, if you've read it extensively. So I'm going to try to bring it down to a level that anybody can understand. There was a man, this is the prologue, okay? This is kind of like a play, and it's about a man that gets attacked by Satan, okay? There was a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and then it goes on to tell all that he was very, very wealthy. Like he had a whole bunch of, God had really blessed him, and he went through his first test when Satan, the accuser, came with the angels before God. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. And see, God never asked a question he doesn't already know the answer to. And Satan answers the Lord. I have been going back and forth across the earth watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, sometimes God will test you through the enemy himself because he wants to see you grow. Okay? Listen to this. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in the earth, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and will have nothing to do with evil. Satan replied to the Lord, yes, Job fears God, but not without good reason. You've always protected him and his home and his property from harm. You have made him prosper in everything he does. Look how rich he is. But take away everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. All right, you may test him, the Lord said to Satan. See, Satan thinks this is his idea, but God is giving Satan this idea. Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but don't harm him physically. So Satan left the Lord's presence. One day, when Job's sons and daughters were dining at their oldest brother's house, a messenger arrived at Job's home with the news. Your oxen were plowing with the donkeys feeding beside them when the Sabaeans raided us. They stole all the animals and killed all the farmhands. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger arrived with the news. The fire of God has fallen from heaven and burned up your sheep and all the shepherds. I'm the only one who escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, a third messenger arrived with the news. 3 bands of Chaldean raiders have stolen your camels and killed your servants. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, have you ever felt like it was one thing right after the other? Major things. We're not talking about small things here. This man is losing everything he owns. Do you know how that feels to have nothing? And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. But Job stood up and he tore his robe in grief. He was so grief stricken, he tore his clothes, okay? His children had just died. Everything he owned was lost. I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be stripped of everything when I die. The Lord gave me everything I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of God. In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. Okay, so then on the on one day the angels came again and to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan the accuser came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. And Satan answered the Lord, I have been going back and forth across the earth watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and will have nothing to do with evil. And he has maintained his integrity even though you persuaded me to harm him without cause. So sometimes bad things happen to good people. This man did nothing to deserve what happened to him. This was between forces above his head. And it almost sounds like an ego battle. But God doesn't have ego. Okay? Satan was in his. And God just wanted to prove to him that there are people who love me so much that they will let everything they have go. And they still won't curse me. They still won't turn their back on me. And that's not very many people. In fact, there's only one person that it talks about in that way in here besides Job. And the other one was walking along. His name was Enoch. And he was so perfect and he got so close to getting it right that God just took him up to heaven. Because God was like, you're not going to show people how to get it right. I don't want people to get it right. I want them to continue to get it wrong so that by the time I send myself as a baby to redeem them, they'll know that they need me because they can't get it right. That's the whole point, is to show us that we can't get it right without him or it, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so then his three friends come. God allows Satan to attack his health. And he's sitting there with boils. And I know when I got diagnosed with the autoimmune disease that I said had, Freudian slip, but maybe that's prophetic of things to come. Maybe I'm going to get healing. I found 20 boils all over my body, and that's how I found out that I was sick. Is I went to the doctor and they had to do all kinds of blood tests on me, and that's when they found out what was wrong with me. But you talk about being a miserable person, and I've had skin problems with it ever since. I have to take antibiotics every day of my life for the rest of my life unless something changes. I can't go out in the sun. I've always loved to be at the beach, and I can only go now in the morning and late in the afternoon unless I have a tent. Because in the middle of the day, the sun will literally fry me within minutes. But his friends come and they want to talk to him and convince him. His wife told him, look, why don't you just curse God and die? And he told her to shut up and stop talking like a fool. You know, God might should have took her instead of the children. Just saying. I'm sorry. But his three friends come. And instead of comforting him, you know what they do? They tell him, you need to go ahead and confess whatever you've done wrong so God can forgive you and fix all this for you. Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever been completely innocent? And the things that were going on in your life, people automatically assumed were your fault and that you had done something you deserved what you were getting? Not having a clue what was going on above your head to make you a stronger person, because people watching you go through that were like, it's only her faith or his faith getting them through this. So somehow all of this factors in to what I'm about to read for you in the signs, and that's where we're going to stop right there. Job, spelled like Job, Job. If you want to read it, it's a beautiful book. And after his friends and after Job retaliates because they're blaming him, then God finally has the final say. And God puts them all in their place. And then it ends. I don't want to spoil the ending. Read it and find out. Okay? Okay. Don't want to spoil the ending. All right, Spirit. Let's see what sign you want to read for today. Okay, we did Sagittarius, Virgo, and who else did we do? Kailash, who else did we do? Hey, Kailash. Hey, Trust. I'm good. Thank you, baby. I'm good. Oh, Surge, baby. Surge, baby. Ovic? Baby Ovic? I don't know how you pronounce your pen name or whatever you call that, but username, I guess. What other sign did we do? We did Sagittarius, Virgo, and I don't remember the other one. Gemini. How could I forget Gemini? Okay, so let's see who wants to get a reading today. All right, so who needs a reading today? It's coming out on Sagittarius again, so I'm gonna shake it. Okay, there we go. It's coming out on Virgo again too. We're getting the same ones in the same order. We might have to do the same ones again. All right, Leo, you're up. Leo, it is. Okay. Leo, 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 Leo. You're up, you're up, you're up. Okay. How do you want to do Leo's reading? And keep in mind now, this is about the silence. You might be going through something really hard where you feel like you're being stripped, or maybe have come through something where you feel like you've been stripped of everything. And people are like, what the hell are you doing wrong? And you don't feel like you have done anything wrong. You're just like, I haven't done anything wrong. But people assume that you have because you lost everything. All right, Spirit, how are you working in Leo's lives? Let me see, Spirit. What's up with my Leo babies? Spirit says you have integrity. I will admit that it came out sideways, but that's okay. I'm going to give it to you upright. Oh my God, Leo, dishonesty. Spirit's working on dishonesty and maybe not having quite as much integrity as you should. I guess I'm going to leave it sideways. And you being okay with this. Spirit says, there's loyalty. So you're being dishonest, not having enough integrity, but you're okay with it. I don't mean to laugh. Leo, what is going on here? This may not be you. It could be somebody you're dealing with. All right, let's see how the tarot's working, and then we'll pull a few cards for each area of your life. All right, Spirit, show me how you're working for Leo. Leo, Spirit said you're going to have a tower. So the silence may not have happened for you yet. For some of you, it may be about to happen, but for some reason, the tower is when the universe strikes your life and takes the foundation out from under it. So for some of you, you may be about to lose your whole foundation because of your lack of integrity, your dishonesty, and being okay with that. And thinking that you're just being loyal. All right, what's the energy to overcome for my Leos? And if that's not you, it might be someone you're dealing with. The sun. Ooh. When the sun is the energy to overcome, it. I have seen the sun represent drugs. I don't know whatever, but it's like the. It's like thinking that you're okay and that you're happy. But with it in this position, I feel like you're deceiving yourself. All right, let's come pull it together. I feel like you are settling for what you consider to be happiness, but not really happy. The Emperor came out in reverse for you, Leo. So there is a very grouchy, very unhappy, very unstable, more mature person here. They represent someone who had an empire and maybe is losing their empire or lost their empire. So you could have been someone at one time who really had it going on and you lost everything. Maybe the reason why the sun is in the energy for what you have to overcome is you have to learn how to be happy even though you've lost everything. On the bottom of the deck, we have Capricorn, the devil, showing up, which in its upright position, it still can be a bond about bondage. It doesn't have to be bondage though. It can be somebody who's just determined that they're going to turn this thing around. They're going to be hardworking. It's a Capricorn energy. Capricorns are very industrious and they're the most driven sign. Taurus is like that also, but not quite the same. Capricorn is more driven. They're very successful people. I'm actually a Capricorn rising sign. And so my success is going to come later in life. But I'm very driven. I have to say, but I learned my being driven in this dark place. And so when I have something, I appreciate it, no matter how big or how small. And I know how easy it is to lose it. Because I have actually had money before I could just go to the beach with my kids and rent a condo and stay there for a month without even feeling it. And I've had that, and then I've lived here and had no food to feed my pets a week ago. And see, Spirit will put you through all kinds of tests, especially if you're about to come into some real big success in life. And that could be what's about to happen for you. You might be about to come into some real big success in life, but for some reason, your energy to overcome is happiness, which I don't understand that, Leo. I have to read more about this. I'm going to find out what's going on with you. Let me, Spirit said to get the other cards. Something else is going on here, Leo. It's not adding up just yet. But give me a minute. I'm going to get there. All right. Show me how you're working in Leo's home life, Spirit. Okay. Somebody needs to check yourself. You're playing with fire. And your boundaries are trash, came out in reverse. So in the past, your boundaries may not have been all that great. You might be working on trying to have better boundaries with people. And then because of your boundaries, you may have allowed someone into your life that took advantage of your kindness, that took advantage of your friendship and did something. They did you dirty. Like this person could have tried to steal from you. They may have stolen from you. All right, what about work life for Leo? All right, Spirit, help me with Leo's work life. Calm down, Leo. Go solo came out in reverse. So it's like you were working by yourself, but you're not anymore. You're not going to work by yourself anymore. Now you're going to work with other people. That's what I'm getting from that. And what's Leo's surprise? That it's time for shit to get real. There's a tower coming, Leo. And one of you is no longer going to keep doing more than the other. It's like there's somebody in your life and you put in more effort than they do, whoever this is. And because of it, you're fixing to say, I'm not going to keep doing it all by myself. Or something's about to get real and you're no longer going to have to do it all by yourself. Maybe you're going to have a relationship and you won't have to do it all by yourself. All right, and love life. They're no longer going to wait. So somebody had been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and they're like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm done waiting. I've given up on this. I'm not going to wait for it. All right, and your role, Leo. Oh my God, Leo Spirit, come on. Thank you. I'm trying not to let you get overwhelmed, Leo, because I see you got a reading going on here. Spirit said you need to watch what you say and you're on the same team. So the way you talk to people that you are on their same team, you need to be careful. Check yourself. This could be someone at your home, and the way you talk to them is unacceptable. Or other people on your team. If this is not you, then someone who talks to you a certain way needs to check their self and watch what they say because y'all are on the same team. Somebody talks to the other person wrong. And what's going to be the outcome for Leo? Pack your bags in reverse. So you might be wanting to move, but Spirit's saying you're not going to be able to. Somebody's going to send a picture and you're not going to spend time with somebody. So you wanted to go somewhere and spend time with somebody, but you're not able to do that right now. And I don't know why. It could be because you don't have the money. I'm not really sure yet. It looks like you're not working by yourself. It looks like maybe you were working for yourself, like you were doing your own thing, your own little business, and now you're not doing that anymore. What else is going on at work? Because I'm not quite sure I'm grasping it all. It's personal. It isn't personal. Came out in reverse, so it's like it's not personal that I want to be alone, but it's saying that, but it's in reverse. So it's like, I want to be alone and it's personal. It's real personal. That's what kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. Unless it's that it's not personal. I just want to be alone. It's not about you. I don't want to be around anybody right now. I want to be left alone. A lot of this, in fact, has come out in reverse for you. The only thing that did not come out in reverse was to check yourself. You're playing with fire. It's time for shit to get real. You're on the same team one and watch what you say. Everything else came out in reverse. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm dealing with a couple of different energies here. And one of these energies is very negative. Maybe both, maybe both, maybe both. You're tired of somebody who's real messy all the time. They're constantly messing stuff up, breaking stuff, tearing stuff up. And I think you're about to say something. But Spirit is saying to watch how you say it and watch what you say because you're on the same team. So you might have to say something. You might have to get some boundaries. You might have to get a backbone and say, "Listen, you need to check yourself. You're playing with fire." To whoever you're dealing with at home. And then you're not going to be, why did I say living? Maybe this is how Spirit's working in your life, is you not being solo, you not being single. And it's a real personal thing. Like you're taking this personal. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. All right, it's time for shit to get real. Is your surprise? One of you is not going to keep going. It's like I feel a breakup kind of vibe here, but you're not going to be able to get away from this person. It's like y'all are stuck together like glue. All right, take it a little deeper, Spirit. Take us a little deeper for Leo at home. It's like you're really stuck with this person, and I don't think you want to be. At home, you have. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it looks like. It looks like you're living with an ex. Or this could be a twin flame. If you believe in past lives, it could be a soulmate. It's somebody that you feel a really strong connection to. And can't they be the world's worst or the best? I mean, they can go one way or the other. But there's a past life love at home. There's an eerie sense of familiarity here, like picking up where you left off lifetimes ago. That's what the card says. Take it however you need to take it. Sometimes I interpret that card that this is like an X from your past, and sometimes I can take it as being a divine counterpart type feel. I don't know how to take it. I'm going to let you use your intuition. All right, what about work? At work, you feel like things are mismatched, but you're not trauma bonded. So you feel like you're not really fitting in at work. That's why maybe you feel left out. That's why Go Solo is here. Like you feel left out. Spirit is indicating that you feel like you're taking it personal because you don't feel like you fit in. But you don't want to get trauma bonded. Now I understand that better. You feel like you don't fit in wherever you're at. Whether it be in this home life or work life or whatever. Surprises for Leo. A lot of surprises for Leo. All right, you're going to have conflict resolution and you're going to start some healthy habits. So you're going to learn how to resolve conflict peacefully. Okay, listen. When tension rises, you don't shut down, you lean in. This is why your love keeps evolving. So you're going to learn how to resolve conflict in a healthy way. And your shared commitment to your healthier life amplifies your connection. This is an upgrade for the body, mind, and spirit. So you're going to start doing things a lot more healthy. This is what your surprise is. And maybe the fact that you're going to start being more healthy is going to bring conflict resolution. Because you might be fighting with people because people are concerned about the way you're living. But somebody here has a mind connection that's in reverse. So this is somebody that you can talk to for hours, but y'all don't really speak to each other or something. Because it says you could talk for hours and still not run out of things to explore. This connection keeps you intellectually stimulated and mentally nourished. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting from that. Whoever you're dealing with doesn't mentally stimulate you. Like they're not deep enough. They can't go deep enough. You might be dealing with a Gemini or something, somebody who's very intellectual, or a Libra, or a Sagittarius, somebody like that. Um, they can go deep in their intellect, but some of the signs do not go very deep. So, or they don't have to. They can, but they don't have to. In fact, Leo, you're probably the one who, because you're more one of the more easygoing, like playful. You want to have a lot of fun. You want to have a good time. You're not real serious all the time. You're a fun person to be around, but you don't really like to go deep. You like to keep things surface level with people. And so that might be where the disconnect is at work. Like you might be working with a lot of people that like to get into deep intellectual conversations. They don't like to be real playful. They like to focus on the job and only the job. And you like to have a lot of fun. And work is not where we have fun, it's where we work. Um, I'm going to just keep going. All right, love life. I would say you're probably the one that's got the problem with the mind connection. In your love life, one person holds the control and the other is tiptoeing, walking on eggshells, Leo. Love should feel like a partnership, not a power struggle. So one of you has all the power and the other one feels powerless. That's not going to work. That's going to destroy. And this person's saying, I'm not waiting for you anymore, also. They're tired of waiting. They're tired of you telling them, I'll do it, you know. Maybe they ask you to help with the chores, and you'll say I'll do it, and then you play video games or you do something else. It's saying you need to check yourself. You're playing with fire. All right, what's your role here? I don't know what's going on here. Your role is to fake it. Oh my God, you're not chasing your potential. You're faking it. Spirit said you need to get serious about life. I heard you need to get serious about your life. You need to do this healthy habit stuff, and you need to learn how to resolve conflict without yelling at people, arguing with people. The way you talk to people is not acceptable. I saw that somewhere. And you want to do something you can't do. You want to spend time with somebody you can't see. You're mismatched at work, maybe because of the trauma bond that you had when you were young. So there's a need to grow up here, okay? And what's going to be the outcome? Somebody needs to really grow up here. You're going to stop being hot and cold, doing that in and out thing where sometimes you could be very moody also. You could have a placement along with your Leo that makes you a very moody Leo. You're going to have mutual growth and domestic bliss and stop being so hot and cold. See what I'm saying? That's going to be your outcome. And I think it's because you're going to stop yelling at people and listening and try to understand their perspective and point of view on things. And you're going to check yourself. You're going to check yourself and you need to stop being avoidant. You've been avoiding dealing with these issues, and I think that Spirit has done essentially what the song said, placed you in the silence so that you would have. And for some of you, the silence could be meditation if you don't believe in Jesus and stuff like that. Your silence could be you need to get in the silence so you can grow spiritually because you grow through your meditation. Okay. All right, and why is no, that's I'm gonna leave it there. But that's what's going on. You've been avoiding these things. If this isn't you, it's someone in your life. But this is what Spirit is indicating is going on with you, and so I'm not gonna argue with Spirit. This is what Spirit says. This is what's happening. All right, how does Leo not F themselves when it comes to their home life? You've been in denial and you're coming out of denial about things, okay? What about work? How do they not F themselves at work? Oh, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. We got to put a roll on you, Leo. You got it. You don't realize that you have special gifts and that you should not be surrendering to normal. You think you're normal and you're not. You're extraordinary and you're gonna release you have to let go of your expectations. It's like all you emphasize when it comes to work is how much you make. All you think about is how much you make. It's like you obsess on how much money you make or how you need to spend it or something. You don't realize either that or spirit saying you don't have any special gifts. I don't know what to think. Surprises. Maybe you don't. You're not charming? What is going on in their love life? You need to stop partying so much. And your role here, Leo, you need to get a reading. You need to start avoiding toxic people and set some financial goals. Leo, you're struggling, baby. And what's going to be the outcome? You need to say F nice people. F being nice. Why did I say F nice people? See? You have a problem. Some of my Leos watching are the problem. Some of you are dealing with the problem, but I'm feeling, if you're watching, that you might be the problem. It says F being nice. So some of you are too nice. You need to stop being so nice. I'm gonna say that all of you are dealing with this as a problem, that you're not the problem. But for some of you, I think you may be. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things for you. You need to get your balance back in your life. Things are not in balance. You focus way too much on money. You think you're charming, but you're not. You're not being charming. You're being rude. You're talking to people too. You're being too mean. Um, you talk too much, but about nothing that's meaningful. That's the feel that that card has right there. It's like you talk, 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 but never say anything meaningful. You need to get away from the toxic people and stop being so nice to everybody. Everybody does not deserve your kindness. Just because somebody's around you doesn't mean that they automatically deserve your kindness. And there's somebody that may be in your life that you need to get them out of your life because you don't even want to be with them. You're faking it and not chasing your potential. Maybe you're pretending like you are and you're not. But Spirit just busted you. You're not. You're not, or somebody's not. And it said you're not. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right, Spirit. What else? I feel like I'm giving Leo a hard time. What spiritual gifts are operating in Leo's life? Nature. There's a need for grounding here. You could have seen something recently that looked um, like a light on top of a mountain far away. You don't really know why it was lighting up, and then you saw some kind of like sphere, like a UFO. Somebody could have seen what looked like a UFO and a light off in the distance on a mountain. Number 25 is here. You're going to have a new beginning, and your music is a part of this. There's music, heavy, heavy music vibe, and a new beginning. Rainbow on the bottom of the deck. Somebody else had these same cards. I think it was Sagittarius. Yeah, that would make sense because you're a fire sign. Spirit said to go one more time. You're going to have some coins. Somehow coins are a part of your story. I don't know if you're into crypto or if you are going to be finding coins or if you're collecting old money. I don't know what that means, but Spirit's going to open a doorway. Spirit's saying, I'm going to open a doorway. So maybe where you're working, you're feeling, maybe you feel like you just want to start working for yourself and not work for anybody else. Something's going on with your work life for sure. Something's going on with all of your life. And I think that it's some immaturity that you're dealing with in somebody. Because remember, they don't have a lot of integrity. They lie. And they're okay with that. And I think you're sick of this. I think you're sick and tired of putting up with this person. I don't necessarily think that my Leos would act this way. I know most of y'all. And I think you're dealing with this person. I think you're dealing with somebody. And I think we're going to find out who. We may have already found out who, but we just found out the other day. Oh, God. Let's pull tarot on it. I'm going to use this deck. Why is the tower? What's going on, Leo? Leo, you have an Ace of Cups and the Moon. So it looks like you're in your feelings about a new relationship that's starting. Or there's somebody that's hiding looks like they're hiding a new relationship from you. Why they would be doing that, I don't know. Yeah, somebody could also have some addiction and they want to get out of this because there's an addiction involved, and they're like, this person is hiding somebody new from me and getting effed up. There's the Emperor and the Moon. And he's in reverse over here, but he's upright in that moon energy. So Spirit maybe the reason the Sun is the energy to overcome is your happiness might be about to be snatched out from under you to help you to realize that you should have appreciated what you had. I'm not sure, but this tower means something with the moon. Why is the tower here for Leo? Because of the dishonesty. That dishonesty is what's causing your tower. Whatever you've been dishonest with somebody about is going to cause a tower moment in your life. Can you show me what that's going to look like? You're going to have a fight. You're going to lose everything. There's a woman in your life that you're either fighting your feelings about, but it's like you and this person had it all. Queen of Pentacles energy here. This could definitely be a Capricorn. It could be also a Virgo or a Taurus. But whoever this is, y'all are losing everything you have and you're fighting. That's what's happening here. And you're lying about it. I sense that you're being very dishonest with somebody. And it's happening because of something to do with a woman. I feel that this woman, either someone took advantage of her money, or she took advantage of yours. and you are under a hardship financially, and it's causing fights. For some of you, you took advantage of this woman. For others of you, she took advantage of you. But it caused hardships. And if it hasn't, it's about to. Because the tower is about to shake your very foundation, Leo, because of what happened to this woman. This is a very nurturing, very loving, motherly, generous, very abundant woman. But when she's in reverse, she's lost everything she has. And that's what's being shown is that she's lost everything she has. So this could definitely be you. You can have a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus placement, or you could be a Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius rising sign. Because this is like North Node stuff, also. All right, why is the sun the energy to overcome? Because of you coming out in reverse, you have been weak and you feel like you have been drained and defeated for a long time. That's the energy to overcome. It's feeling exhausted, wanting to give up. You've been through a lot of adversity. You're also showing up here in this is you, Leo. The sun is you. The tower is you. It is also Aries and Sagittarius, and we also have Aries here. So while I would expect that Aries reading is going to be very similar to yours, and maybe um, the somebody here's got an addiction. It's just that simple. Somebody here either has a spending problem and they spend way too much money. There's a lot of confusing energy around this that's causing this. There could also be, we saw that there's lies. You could be losing everything because you took advantage of a woman and their money. That won't be for everybody. But for some of you, you could have taken advantage of someone and you're losing everything now because of the way you treated that woman. Because this doesn't look like you. I'm going to be honest with you. Take it however you have to take it. Why is the Emperor here? Seven of Swords in reverse. So he's in reverse because of his deception. This person is very shady. He's shady as hell. You're dealing with a masculine energy that is shady as hell. You could be dealing with an Aries that's shady. Or you could be shady. I don't know which one of y'all it is. But there is somebody here that is shady. And they took from a woman, stole from her even, and either caused her to lose everything or now it's causing you. And maybe both. And this is causing a lot of conflict in all areas of your life. Whew, it got hot in here right then. Somebody is hot. Somebody might be hearing this message and relating to it and be pissed off. All right, why is the devil here? Wow. Holy shit. Holy shit. There's an Empress here, the Knight of Cups, the Death card, and the Two of Cups in reverse. This is a situation where this could have been somebody's wife that you took advantage of. But this person is very, very, very she could be dealing with a younger man or a younger woman. Very attractive person. Something is about to change, and when it changes, there's a relationship that you're going to need to reflect on. And I think it's because it's going to be over. And it's because the devil is here. Oh my God, it got so freaking hot in here, I can't even breathe. Capricorn's about to wipe somebody's ass and hand it to them for breakfast. Leo, because of how they've been behaving. No integrity, no honesty, and being okay with that. And if you are dealing with this person, get out of Dodge because the universe is about to give this person a real schooling. This person's fixing to feel the wrath. They're going to hear the silence because Spirit is about to strip this person of everything so that they can learn how to treat other people. Because I think this person has come from a place where they had everything and they did not appreciate it. And Spirit's like, okay. Or maybe the devil just went to God and God said, have you considered my servant Leo? They put up with such and such and they still never cursed me. Somebody's about to get their whole foundation taken out from under them. And it's because of the way they treated this person or because of the way you were treated. And there's been a lot of fighting about this. And you, somebody here is real happy that somebody's been weak and drained and defeated. And let me tell you something. When you find pleasure in another person's agony and their pain, you're going to feel their agony and their pain yourself. Somebody here, that's why the sun is the energy to overcome. I had to strip it back to just the tarot or the tarot. There's a man here that had it all. He had everything and he didn't appreciate it. And so Spirit said, "All right, you don't appreciate it? I'm going to show you how it feels to have nothing." There's a woman here though. I think this is the same woman or it could be a different woman. But she is in the upright here. This is an empress. This is a very, it's his counterpart, but they're not each other's counterpart. So if you believe in twin flames, this could be a twin flame, but it's not your twin flame. Or it could just be an older man and an older woman. However, I don't know. This could be an older man. But this older man, and because of his deception, is in reverse as what's going to pull it together. So his bad behavior is what's going to pull all of this together. And what you don't see coming is a very, very powerful woman that's either showing love and this is going to change this person. It might change their perception of love. The Two of Cups in reverse could be what's really changing. This person might not have believed in love anymore. They may have never believed in love. They may have thought everybody that they ever got around only cared about them for what they had. That's what I see here. And people took advantage of them too. Big time. Big time. Like on a grand scale, took advantage. Somebody had a lot of money and a lot of their possessions taken from them to the point where they had nothing. It literally looks like their house burned down. Somebody could have burned your house down. And this has caused fighting and friction among you and whoever you were in cahoots with, or whoever was in cahoots to do this. They have done nothing but fight ever since, and you just might not know that. This could be another situation like you. If you're this Leo, this could be people that you're dealing with that have done this to you. But what this is going to do for this Capricorn with this devil energy is change their perception of what love looks like. What's that going to look like? Oh, the high priestess on the bottom of the deck. You know this person's about to get it. You have secret knowledge. You have gifts. You have this, or the universe might be keeping it a secret. Why is the Two of Cups here? I think that's what's about to change. Yep. Yep. This person doesn't believe in love. They don't believe that people can be in love. That's what's problem is right here. There's this Capricorn vibe, and this could be a Capricorn. It definitely can represent one. But there's a woman that's coming with some love, and this is going to change this person completely. Like this, the way this woman's love is has changed this person's whole life. And they always felt like love was an empty promise. They're seeing the truth about it, that it's not always an empty promise. Or they're seeing that they think it is an empty promise. Clarify what the judgment is? Something's not ending. What do you mean it's not ending? Something's got to come full circle. Okay, you are going to see that this is not true, but right now that's how you feel about love. Like love is an empty promise. What has to happen? Okay, there's gonna be a woman. It could be a Libra for sure. There could be you're going to finally move forward, and you're ending a cycle in your life where I think there's been a lot of deception, a lot of toxicity. You felt like you weren't where you belonged, um, and you felt like everybody took advantage of somebody. You and somebody else, or somebody else and somebody else took advantage of you. I don't know. But somebody here is going to set some really strong boundaries, and they're going to be determined to get their confidence back when it comes to relationships, because of somebody else not accepting their responsibility in a situation. I think they were in a relationship with somebody who never took responsibility for the things they did. They hurt them desperately. They took advantage of this person's their kindness, their money. They stole from them. And I think that's what's being transformed. There's a cycle in somebody's life. There's a Pisces here, there's a Libra here, there's a Scorpio here, there's a Taurus, there's a Capricorn, there's a Libra, there's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and there's also a Gemini and a Libra Aquarius here, with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius again right here. So, yeah. Yeah, that somebody's fixing to find out what true love is. They don't know because they feel like people have always taken advantage of them, or somebody who was being taken advantage of. I don't know who, but this is going to be something that you can finally move forward in your life. You have a skewed perception of love because of the way somebody has done in your life, or you have done somebody in your life. All right, money for Leo spirit. Something's going on with your real estate. This keeps coming out over and over again. I was wondering whose it was, because I know it's not mine. My shit's paid up, but somebody's about to lose their house, or they need a place to live. And there's also gossip here. Your reading is getting excessively long. All right, Spirit, what's going on with Leo? Why is gossip here for Leo? I mean, there is a lot going on here because somebody has fake accounts. They started drama. They were being a forcer. They were trying to force people to do stuff. They were trying to force people to give them money, and they spiritually hated this person. By using fake ass accounts. That's the dishonest and not having integrity part. And this is what you're going to have to reflect on. And it's because this woman over here that had given up on love because of all the fake shit is going to have love. After everything you put that woman through, being fake, you're going to see them have real love. And when you have to reflect on that, it's going to bother you. Mm, mm, mm. I think Gemini's reading reminds me a little bit of this one. I feel like you might be dealing with a Gemini because their reading was very disturbing, also. I don't have any negativity here at all. I didn't feel any, but I just wanted to make sure because that reading was probably one of the worst readings I've seen in a long time, Leo. And it may not have resonated with some of my regulars on the channel. It may be some new energy that we have that's joining us. So don't be surprised, okay? Thank you guys for the likes. Alright, I'm going to pull you some trinkets and, oh, gotta get you some guidance. I don't know what to do. Oh, oh. I'm going to give you one of these because I think you need something a little bit more than just the angel cards today. For Leo Spirit, what's the guidance? 3 cards? Really? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it a bit. Not after what I just saw on my table. The Spiral Dancer came out. This somebody here is beautiful. Beautiful. The Spiral Dancer moves with her own rhythm and steps to music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assures you that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracting your steps going backwards, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her, for she dances along a magical way. If you're asking about a relationship, keep on dancing and magic will soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that relationships are mirrors and will show you that the past, the present, and the potential future. All relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share. Even if it appears that two of you are dancing in different directions, all the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to be stumbling. The spiral dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. Okay, and then number 16. So, for some of you, you've maybe just been dealing with somebody that's been trying to go in a different direction, or you might be trying to go in a different direction because of the way this person acts. This person that I've been looking at on my table is not healthy. But you were surprisingly trying to have healthy habits. I feel like you're dealing with the same person we read for last week. Whoever that was, I think it may have been the Gemini reading, was a very unhealthy person, and you may be dealing with that person. The Shadow Queen as your challenger. The Shadow Queen gently asks you to address your innermost character flaws. See, this is the other person. We're talking to two different people here. With compassion, for now it's time to bring your wounded self and hidden agenda into the light. You're seeing the tangible results of those aspects of your nature that have evolved in response to the difficulties in your life. They've given you a means to help you survive. Perhaps you're falling prey to insecurity masked as elitism or arrogance, believing that you know best, to comparing yourself with others, or to being fearful and self sabotaging. You may have been taught that manipulating others rather than being direct is the way to get your needs met. The Shadow Queen reminds you that manipulation in any form isn't the best method of getting what you want. As another meaning that can also apply is the possibility that you are being affected by someone else's wounded self. Perhaps you are the one being manipulated. And so you might be dealing with these energies. This is a very negative, this is awful energy. If you were dealing with this, I am sorry. Whatever the case, it caused you to quit believing in love. Whatever the case, it's time to take a fearless personal inventory and observe what part you play in the dramas and potential disasters in your life. And see, you're about to have one, or somebody is. And see, sometimes we are affected by other people's behavior simply because we're in their life. You remember me saying, if you're in this person's life, to run as fast as you can. Their shit is about to explode. When you come to the place of humility, forgiveness, and grace, then you may proceed again and walk into the light. There is great value and strength in facing your own shadow in the realm of the Shadow Queen. So somebody needs to do some shadow work and fast, because there is about to be a very big tower moment for some of y'all. Because maybe not of your behavior, or maybe, or it could be the person that you're with or you're dealing with has bad behaviors and you put up with it to keep the peace, and thinking that you are being loyal to this person. You don't have to be loyal to things that are not true. I've told you that over and over again on this channel. Loyalty, to be loyal means to be loyal to things that are true, not to lies. And this person is a liar and a thief. And they turn somebody's life on its head and thought it was funny. Thought it was funny. May I have trinkets, please, for Leo? Thought it was funny watching this person lose every damn thing. I have the Eiffel Tower. My nose keeps itching. I have a nail, carpenter, or somehow nails could be whatever it means to you, Leo. No profit grows where there's no pleasure to be had. I have a wheel, a captain's wheel. And see, I think the person that this happened to is about to have this wheel where they learn what true love actually is, because somebody caused them to stop believing in it. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. I have an owl. I actually found two trinkets in my bedroom because, I used to have this set up in my bedroom. And it was my initial, a C, and a cloud. It was on the floor in my bedroom. There's a Sagittarius involved here. I think that might have been a Sagittarius that was hurt. There's a dragonfly here. There's a heart with an arrow through it. And I think it said love. And then this one says, you are always in my heart. All right, Spirit, who are you talking to? We have that's Venus. SOKZPHC Libra number 8. If you do not hear your initials, don't freak out. If the reading resonated, then that part of the reading was yours. Aquarius is here with Mercury. HIHPFONM. A, and I have Jupiter. I have North Node, Taurus, LGVGCGA, and number 9. So somebody's name starts with a G. One of their names or somebody's name. All right, let me see who's next. If we can get another sign from Spirit. Scorpio. Scorpio's next. Scorpio showed up at the end of your reading as transforming the situation for this person who had given up on love. All right, I'll come back and put timestamps in. Thank you for being here. If you're here, I appreciate you sticking around. I hope one day I can come to Tel Aviv, Oscar. I would love to travel. I hope one day I can. You're watching me at the tavern on the big screen. I love you guys so much in Tel Aviv. God bless you guys. Did you hear me talking about Job at the beginning of the reading? I was reading about Job because the song that came out for the reading was a Manchester orchestra, The Silence. And if you look up the lyrics to that song, it's a prayer. That it's a man that's like pleading out to God in his anguish because he feels like he's been, close to God and walked away, and then feels that left out feeling, like God's forgotten about him type feel. Anyway, if you've missed it, go back and watch it. I talked about Job in the beginning of the reading, and I pulled the scriptures out. I guess you guys call it the Torah, right? Unless you believe in Jesus, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next sign, which is Scorpio. So let's cleanse the energy real quick. Hold on a minute, baby. Hold on. Mommy's coming. Hold on. I think my dog needs to go out to the bathroom. He thinks that the reading's over because Leo's lasted so freaking long. I feel like I've been up here for 2 hours doing Leo. It's still good. We're good. All right, good deal. Otto, can we wait, please? Can we please wait and Mommy do one more reading? Go lay down. Go lay down in your bed, baby. Are you okay? You need to go out? All right, hold on one second. I'll just let him out and then, excuse me, and then I'll go back and let him back in. You want to go out? You want to go out? You need to go out because I'm not. I'm going to be doing my reading. When you need to come in, just bark and I'll come back. Okay, baby? All right, y'all. Scorpio. Spirit, let's talk to Scorpio. All right, let's see what's going on with our Scorpios. I'm going to pull Tarot first for you guys. Let me just shuffle them up a little bit. These cards have been through so much. It's not that I don't take good care of my cards, but these cards have been burned. Satan has tried to destroy my cards. I'm certain of it. All right, Scorpio Spirit, how are you working in my Scorpio's lives? I have a Scorpio placement. My Venus, the Lovers came out. There's Gemini here. Okay. All right, what's the energy to overcome? So, Scorpio, you're being given a choice here. or some decision major. Oh, wow. You got to overcome that. I'm telling you, Leo is dealing with a Scorpio too, in some way, shape, or form. The Empress is your energy to overcome. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You will not overcome this. This will overcome you. The only thing that can overcome her is if the Emperor comes out as the thing to pull it together, and he's in the upright. We'll see. I got Justice on the bottom of the deck. What's going to pull it together, Spirit? Somebody's going to lose their patience. Somebody's about to lose their patience with manipulation. You're dealing with a Scorpio, Leo, in some way, shape, or form. And see, these things can be, it doesn't have to be your sun sign. A lot of times it could be your ascending sign or your moon or your Venus, just depending on how what part of this you play, what part in this you play. Show me how this happens, Spirit. I feel like this is going to start becoming very circumstantial from here on out because we're dealing with a situation and it's showing up with all the signs so far. Now it could change. It could just be a few of the signs, but this included Sagittarius. In fact, I think the Sagittarius is the one who got hurt or in some way lost their shit. Show me how this happens, Spirit. Because they were looking like they were the one that was going to believe in love again. You're on the same team. Watch what you say. See how the cards are about the same? And you need to learn how to agree to disagree. So somebody here, when they're on the same team with people, they don't know how to argue and do conflict resolution. They have to throw a fit and have their way. And Spirit's saying you need to learn how to resolve conflict. And surprisingly, that's going to happen with Leo because Leo is going to start living a healthy life. But that's a surprise. They don't know that yet. And I think it's because Spirit's fixing to take them through something. Or whoever they're dealing with. I don't know. What's being hidden here? Somebody's bearing their soul. They're not throwing tantrums. And you're not listening. So somebody's throwing a tantrum and you don't care. And you know what this has the feel of? That somebody is bearing their soul and you're not listening to them because they throw tantrums. Like instead of bearing their soul, like trying to like really give it to you in a mature way, they go on tangents. And secretly, somebody's bearing their soul, but somebody's not listening because they're a tantrum. They throw tantrums. If this isn't somebody you're dealing with face to face, you could have blocked this person and they might still think that they're talking to you, wondering why you haven't responded yet. And you have no idea they're even texting you because you're just not even dealing with this person anymore. And I think we also saw that in Sagittarius's reading. All right, what's being shown? That you have nothing to say to this person, not even 5 little words. He needs to come back in. Hold on. Cosmo was begging to get out of his cage. All right, what's going to happen next? See, somebody's not talking to somebody here. You're going to deal with your drama. And you're going to handle exes, old hurts, and unresolved stuff. So, you're going to have to deal with your drama here. whoever you're dealing with, it's time for shit to get real. We saw that in Leo's reading also. And somebody here doesn't want to do things any different, though. Remember, um, I said that in somebody's reading. They didn't care. They didn't care. It was Leo. They didn't care. They were okay with things being like they were. Like, they were fine with that. Time for shit to get real. Alright, let's go a little bit further and see what else is going on here. Show me a bit more about how this happened. You're growing apart because of being avoidant. So you and this person might be growing apart and you have just been avoiding breaking up and separating. You have common interest and you are avoidant. So you and this person have things in common, but you don't want anything to do with them. Scorpio. Opposites are going to align and you're not going to be able to avoid it. It's like there's going to be some kind of something. Alright, show me how this happened. Conflict resolution. I cannot make it up. This love was not enduring. This was not an enduring love. Or maybe it was, but you had to learn how to resolve conflict. So you're learning how to resolve conflict, but your love has not endured all the times you didn't. Because see, that's what's being hidden. Is this person doesn't listen to you anymore. They have nothing to say to you, and you're bearing your soul. But it's because of the way you bear your soul. You don't know how to act like an adult. You flip out. So you might be who, somebody here is who, what? I was about to say a name. I don't know what name, but some name was about to fly out of my mouth. It almost did. What's being hidden here? That there's a dream team, but they're at distance from each other. And what's being shown? So you don't know it, but somebody's a dream team that you're not putting in the mutual effort. The two of you are not doing things that you need to do to put in mutual effort. It looks like you could be a dream team, but you're not together because of distance. Alright. This is coming out in reverse. This came out upright. The only thing that's come out upright is that you know how to resolve conflict. Your love is not enduring this. It's like this person's at a distance and you thought you could be a dream team. Maybe they were at a distance and you thought that y'all could be a dream team, but then once you got together with them, you found out that they weren't going to put in mutual effort. All right, what's going to happen next? So you could have thought that this was going to be a dream team, and it turned out to be a big responsibility for you and a big headache, Scorpio. You have shared purpose. Scorpio, you're going to have shared purpose with somebody. Somebody is afraid to leave. There's somebody who's afraid to leave. I'm not sure what to say yet. I'm going to have to keep going a little bit further with yours. What's the vibe here for Scorpio Spirit for how this happened? Somebody's blocked. Yeah, they blocked you. They got established and settled, and they no longer wanted to talk to you, so they blocked you. They are secure, wealthy, and established, and they don't want to talk to you anymore. They don't want anything to do with you anymore. All right, what's being hidden? It's a lot to be hidden. Somebody's getting healing. Their family is here, and they're hopeful. This feels like somebody else. This feels like whoever you finally said, I'm not going to deal with you anymore. I don't have to listen to this, and I'm blocking you. I feel like I'm seeing the other side of the situation. What's being shown? Yeah, that's what's happening, that it's time. What's going to happen next? That's what the shared purpose is. I think this person that got so hurt, somebody's going to relax and go on vacation and have fun. And they're not a narcissist. Or maybe you're not going to go with one. I don't know. You're going to get away, relax, and have fun on vacation. So Scorpio's going on vacation, but you're not, Leo. I don't mean to laugh. Hey, Priya, baby, how you doing? I love you guys. The fact that you all put up with me is a miracle in itself. I give y'all so much hard time, but somebody's drowning in their feelings. It was hiding. It was hiding that they were drowning in their feelings. This person's getting healing because of their family feeling like they have hope. They feel like there's hope for them to have a family while somebody else is drowning in the silence. But this other person's not going to have a narcissist in their life anymore. They've cut that out completely. They're not going to put up with it. They have a shared purpose with somebody. Somebody here knows how to resolve conflict. And because they do, and they were dealing with a total brat, like a grown ass woman or man acting like a total brat, they cut them out of their life completely. They just cut them out, blocked them. They're like, I don't have to put up with you. I'm not going to put up with you. Now I see what's going on here. I see how it relates to Leo in a way. Leo's reading is making a little more sense now. I'm going to quickly pull tarot on this, and I'm going to try to move a little faster because Leo took up a lot of the time. But I think we have a few Leos that watch this channel, so it's okay. It's okay. I'll give you all the same amount of careful attention as I gave Leo. I'm not in a hurry, but I don't want to sit here all day either. I have stuff I need to do also. All right, I'm going to pull the same tarot because I want to see where we get the same cards. All right, show me why the Lovers is here. Because of the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Cups in reverse. So that's that breakup we just saw where the person was like, I don't have, it could have been any partnership. It could have been somebody you work with, somebody in your family, but it's anywhere where two people partner up to show love. And there she is. There's that Queen of Pentacles. This is the one you broke up with. Whoever this woman is that got taken over, advantage of, that's the one that you're no longer speaking to. Or you might be that woman. And there's that younger person she's dealing with. She's with a younger man or a younger woman. You got somebody younger than her. Or it could be her choosing to show love to somebody anyway because Spirit's changing their perception of love. This person, the one that got hurt so badly, is going to get victory. That's what the decision is about. There's a decision being made. The universe is making a choice. What's this decision? The Lovers, show me what that is. Wow. Somebody is finally going to accept their trauma and be happy. Somebody's deciding to deal with their trauma and stop reliving it. They don't have to be in Nine of Swords energy anymore. I am letting all of that go. I'm no longer going to stay up at night worrying about everything. Somebody, Scorpio, is going to be happy. You're choosing to be happy. And Spirit's choosing that for you, it looks like. Why is the Empress here as the energy to overcome? Oh my God, y'all. I cannot make that up. Because of the King of Cups in reverse and his identical match, the Queen of Cups in the upright. So this is soulmate vibes. Or twin flame. I don't know which. I don't try to guess because you may not believe in twin flames, but I think we all agree that there are soulmates. So the energy to overcome is that this person is not in love. This woman is in love, but this man, she's not in love with him. That's the energy to overcome. Why is she not in love with him or he not in love with her? I'm going to say it could go either way because they didn't learn their lesson. They never learned their lesson, so she manifested somebody else. Why is she lost her what's temperance? Sagittarius is here. Her getting over this. Gemini, I mean, why did I say Gemini? Gemini is here. Um, Empress is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Now we have Leo here. That's Leo. I told you Leo was here. And we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then we have Sagittarius and Taurus, or it could be a Cancer. This could be a Cancer. We could have a Cancer. This could be you, Scorpio, dealing with another element with water. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And why is the Magician in reverse? Because at the end of all of this, after everything you done been through here, there's still going to be somebody trying to manipulate. I'm telling you, that person that I saw a while ago, they were fine with their shit. They were not even seeing that they needed to change. It's going to literally take the universe, God, the creator, stripping this person bare of everything and then being laid open for them to even have a chance of seeing their error of ways. These people have no, somebody's going to lose their courage. Why is the Magician here? Because the truth is going to come out about this. Something is about to happen, and I think this is where the Tower comes in. I'm feeling strongly that the Tower is going to uncover a person's bad decisions to hurt somebody. What is the truth? The truth just clarified the damn truth. And it's coming fast, too. Spirit said, you know what the truth is. And the truth is about to come out real fast. Somebody is about to get real clear on some manipulation. And it's different for all of you. But some of it had to do with online accounts that were fake and stealing money from somebody, or at least trying to. To the point where this person had given up on love. The Empress on the bottom of the deck. We have the Empress here twice. Two different ones. You might be dealing with two different ones. Somebody's about to have the truth come out about the stuff that caused somebody else to be in pure agony. That kept them up at night. They didn't know what they were going to do. They were constantly worried, trying to figure things out, trying to make ends meet that weren't meeting. And in the meantime, while they were doing that, somebody, I think, was stealing from them or lying to them, doing something. But they're going to get clarity on the truth. And it has something to do with that lying and stealing. I just got real tired all of a sudden. You could be tired, Scorpio, and need a real break. You might need to go on that vacation. So that's what's going on with y'all. Alright, show me what's going on with Scorpio's money, spirit. Your reading was pretty cut and dry compared to the other one. But it's because you were not the one that was doing it. It was somebody in Leo's life or Leo. It's undecided and it has something to do with animals. Somebody was messing Leo over big time. Alright, show me how you're working in Scorpio's life. The media came out for you in reverse. Something about your media. Why is it in reverse? It has to do with your spirituality and writing. So there's something going on, Scorpio, with the media and your spirituality, and something that you maybe shouldn't have written. You may have posted something on media, or you might work in the media, and somehow, why is it? What am I missing? Somebody's unreliable and they won't make any investment in you. They feel like it's a risk. Would it be a risk, Spirit? They've been settling for unhappiness, so it wouldn't matter if it was or wasn't for them because they're just so miserable. They don't even want to have a new beginning. This person, they're not even a part of your soul tribe. It's like they just come to your channel to be nosy. If it's social media, they just come to your page, or if you're in television, if you're like in an actor or somehow in the media, in the news, it's like they're just watching you to be nosy. They don't really care about you. I don't know how to quite spin that. I'm going to let you figure that out. All right, I'm going to get your manifesting angels, Scorpio, and we'll. I'm telling you, somebody's sleepy. Somebody's like, please shut up so I can go to bed. All right, show me how you're working. My life is full of magical moments. I see signs and guidance from the angels in all that I do. Call upon me, the Archangel of Epiphanies and bright ideas, when you need spiritual messages, revelations, and magic. Oh, I can't stand it. Scorpio, go to freaking bed. You're making me yawn. Ugh. People quit texting me while I'm working. I am deserving of peace, harmony, and tranquility are mine. Messages from Archangel Chimuel. As the Archangel of personal and global peace, I can bring you to a place of serenity no matter your source of unease. Oh my God. Come here. It must be the middle of the damn night where you live. Because I cannot stop yawning. It's like it came on me all of a sudden. I started getting sleepy during that last reading. And now I can't quit yawning. Alright. So, I'm going to pour you some trinkets and dice, and then we're moving on to the next time. I think that gave you a little bit of what you needed. Somebody might be a pilot, or they were in the military, as they may have flown planes in the military. Sorry about that, y'all. The love between a mother and daughter is forever. I have the Eiffel Tower. I have a mouse. I don't know what that mouse is about, but we keep getting it. Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. And I got an engagement ring. Somehow there's an engagement ring involved in all of this. I don't know. I haven't got any engagement ring. Okay, KPNAKPD, number 6. Neptune, the Sun, and another K. So we have 2 Ks, 2 Ps, a D, A, N. So Dan, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to try to guess. I'm not good at guessing that. Okay. Let me see who's next. I got an SM. SM. I already did Virgo. I just did you, Scorpio. It's like Spirit keeps saying Virgo. That's a Pisces. Alright, Pisces, you're up. I did Scorpio and now I get to do Pisces? That's awesome. Alright, how are you working in Pisces life, Spirit? May I see, please? Love and stewardship. I also have a Pisces placement as well. Love and stewardship. So you're working on your money and your love. And being patient, that's a Sagittarius vibe. And somebody's lack of humility. But I'm going to say that might not be you, because the other stuff you have here is beautiful. But Spirit might be working on your ego. I don't know. That's like working on somebody's ego. You're being patient, you're in love, and you're working on your money. But you might have a bit of ego, Pisces. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of don't feel like that's your vibe, but we're going to find out. All right, how do you want to do Pisces, Spirit? How do you want to do Pisces? Oh, Pisces, I hope you're not sleepy too. Show me how you're working in Pisces home life. You're irritated at home, Pisces. All right, what about work? So you're irritated at home. You don't want to talk about money at work. What's your surprises? You're gonna just walk away? You're gonna walk away. Pisces surprises that somebody is gonna walk away. Wow. Did not see that coming. Alright, what's their love life? Now I see why somebody's walking away. Because somebody said, you don't tell me to shut the fuck up. Somebody won't shut the fuck up. I'm getting real hot again, like I did in Leo's reading. Woo! Somebody won't shut the fuck up. That's why. That's why you're irritated, because they won't shut the fuck up. What's your role here? Somebody will not shut up. Your role is to say, I'm going to cook a meal because this family's getting on my fucking nerves. Your family's getting on your nerves. They're making you irritated and they won't shut up. You don't want to talk about the money you're making at work or with work, or maybe working ain't making you no money. I don't know. But you just are surprisingly going to walk away and say, the hell with all of this. What's going to be the outcome? Whoa, Pisces. You don't get that many cards for your outcome. You know better. Pisces, you're funny. What's going to be the outcome? You are not going to be heard. You're not going to love the one you're with. And you're not going to keep that shit to yourself. So they're not listening. You're not being heard. But you don't love them. And you're not going to keep that to yourself. You're going to tell this person you don't love them. I think you're done with somebody, Pisces. Somebody here feels like they're not enough. And you're no longer going to wait. You were the one who's not waiting. You're just like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm done waiting. You're going to tell somebody that you don't love them anymore. You know, you're going to tell somebody that you're going to leave them because you don't love them anymore. And they won't shut up. They're irritated. You're sick of hearing about money. It's like there's money situations going on here. That's why you're working on your money and you have love. But somebody here doesn't have any humility. Damn. Pisces. All right, what else is going on at home, Spirit? If you're a Pisces, please comment and let me know if you're resonating with this. Somebody's that, yeah. Your ego is being dealt with. Somebody here has a big ego, and Spirit is dealing with their ego. That's what's going on here. You're irritated with somebody who has a lot of ego. All right, work life. There's a third party Spirit's working on. That's why you don't want to talk about money because somebody has been giving money to a third party or spending money on a third party. They might be trying to start their own business and they're spending a lot of money. But see how she's sitting there and these two guys are behind her talking to each other and she feels left out? There's someone else in the energy field and their presence is creating distance, doubt, or distortion. Yeah, I feel like this person has to give money to somebody else because of maybe a divorce or something like that. They had to give all their money to their um they had to give all their money away to somebody that's a third party, like an ex for child support or alimony. What's your surprise? You're not going to be trauma bonded with this person. You're getting out of this situation, Pisces. Why are they not shutting the fuck up? What's going on there? Oh, y'all are fighting. And they will not shut up. This person is determined they're going to have the last word. Have you ever had anybody in your life that was determined to have the last word? They are the worst person to argue with. I'm going to do Cancer, baby. I got to do Cancer, Taurus, and Capricorn, and then I'm done. No, Aries, Taurus, and Capricorn. And Cancer. Cancer, Aries, Taurus, and Capricorn, and then I'm done. So you're fighting with somebody that just will not shut up. And me and my husband used to be like that. The one that died, me and him, it was like we would be determined to get the last word. And you know what? I finally grew out of that shit. I was seeing a therapist, and the therapist was like, "Why do you feel like you have to have the last word?" And I was like, "Because I'm right." And they said, "But can't you be right and be quiet?" And I was like, and he said, because by doing so, you're taking back your power. When you keep arguing and you keep stirring the shit with this person, you're giving them all the power. He said, just by making them think that they have the power, by giving them that last word, you're going to have so much more peace. You're going to know where the power is. They are going to be the one who thinks they have power, but they don't. They don't even have enough control to let somebody else have a last word. So that's when I started seeing that from a different perspective. And I was like, it takes a lot stronger of a person to not have to have the last word and to just shut up. But see, this person won't shut up. They have a lot of ego. They have to give money to their ex for like alimony. And you're getting away from them because you know that if you stay with this person, you're going to be trauma bonded. And you don't want to be trauma bonded to somebody. All right, what's going on in your role? Pisces, what's your role? Pisces, your reading is actually looking like you're doing some major changes. I'm proud of you. Somebody has tattoos on their arms and their shoulder. Somebody has facial hair, long brown hair. There's addiction, mind connection, and an open heart. All came out in reverse. So somebody here had an open heart because they had a lot in common, but what they had in common was addiction. And that's all they had in common. This person, okay, this reminds me so much of me and my ex. We only got together because he had drugs and I wanted some. And he was he sold them. And so he had like an endless supply of drugs, and I could do all I wanted. This is the husband that I just lost. When I first met him, he was making like $10,000 a month in drug money, and that was 20 some years ago. We were married for 22 years, so, and we were together for a year before that. That was a lot of money back then. And I mean, he had a drug problem too, so we didn't keep very much of it. But that's what's happening here. Is you're with somebody and they have you and them got together because both of y'all, I think, were doing drugs together. What's going to be the outcome? That's the most important thing. You need to stop opening your heart to people just because you have drugs in common. I mean, obviously, you need to get clean. You're not chasing your potential because of a past life love. I think this is somebody from your past that you can't stay away from because you're afraid to leave and you keep going back to them, going back to them, going back to them. And maybe you've been with them for a while, but somebody here was dealing with a third party, whether it was an ex or like just somebody they were having an affair with. This person could be having an affair with people and giving that person money, and it's taken away from your household. Or somebody could have been giving them money, and you're not getting that money anymore because this person's like, I ain't talking to you about money anymore. The third party at work is not talking about money anymore. So if this happened to you, this sounds a lot like the Leo reading, just being honest with you. We did see the High Priestess, I think, on the bottom of the deck in that reading. Alright, so we kind of see what's going on here. I think we got a good grip on what's going on here for Pisces. Pisces, I think you're going to do the right thing by walking away here. I don't think you need to stay in this situation any longer than you have. Spirit, how does this person feel about Pisces? It's showing that you're in love with somebody, or Spirit's working on your love. There it is right there. You're not having any intimacy. It's a soulmate or a deep connection. It's a very, very strong connection. And you're not obsessed. There's the addiction. It looks like the addiction is under control. This may be stuff that happened to you guys in the past. Somebody could have been addicted to money because it was about money, and the third party could have been work. Um, it's a soulmate though, but y'all haven't been intimate for some reason, and somebody's been dishonest. What's the dishonesty? Somebody's not been telling you the truth. See, I feel like you're dealing with the Leo, and some of you are dealing with the Leo. Somebody has heart fog. They've been sending mixed signals and escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing you away. So this person could be your soulmate, or they may have a third party, and so they're pushing you away. Why are they doing that, Spirit? They're running. They're running because of all the stress. They're getting away from this because of stress, and they feel like they could never be better off here. They can't keep their head clear. They're unhappy, and they've been sending you mixed signals, and they've been escaping through whatever work. They might be escaping through drugs, alcohol, work, food, whatever their addiction is. That's how they feel. Okay. Now you got me yawning too. All right, Spirit, how are you working in Pisces life? May I see, please? Dang. Spirit's giving you temperance. That could be self-control for that addictive vibe. I'm just going to do bottom of the deck energy now. All right, let me see what's going on here. Why is temperance here for this Pisces? Judgment and the Chariot in reverse. Could have been some bad judgment used about traveling or having purchased a vehicle. The Six of Cups and the Chariot in reverse. There's some memories that are around a Chariot vibe. We have Sagittarius and Gemini here for your Pisces. Fighting over a car that you may have had some problems with. Maybe this person wouldn't give you your car. Why is temperance here for Pisces spirit? Wow. Wow. That flew out because of the star in reverse, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Death card, and the Devil. Seven of Swords in reverse. That's what's happening. Okay. There's some manipulation going on, and it's going to keep going on because there's no hope for you to set priorities. You feel defeated, and you need to have a huge change when it comes to this devil. Whatever it is you're indulging in, whether it be third parties of whatever. Why is there no hope? Because somebody just is not motivated to have any anymore. They don't care about this anymore. What's the devil? The devil is Six of Pentacles. Codependency. There's codependency here. Why is death here? Somebody's sick of this. They're tired of the codependency. Why is death here? This is... Oh my God. I was afraid of that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody has been working and they've been trying to have a relationship with somebody. There's been a lot of plans to fight with you because they feel like they lost their legacy because of this. Whatever happened here that brought this situation to a head, it caused friction, arguments, and you were working towards building a legacy, but you're losing that. It's like you're losing that legacy. You've lost everything, Pisces. You were trying to fight maybe some temptation to go outside of your marriage. It was like you were a little too excited outside of your marriage. Unless this is a child you have with somebody. Could also be a child involved that caused you all to fight. Because you remember I said you could have been doing child support or alimony and you could have been fighting with your ex. This person is draining your pockets fast. Why is the Magician in reverse? This person, because they won't accept their part in things and they have a drug or alcohol or some kind of mental illness or confusion. What's the Ten of Wands in reverse? There's there's a Leo here that looks like they're no longer friends or in your friend group, and they're manifesting something. What are they manifesting? Or it could be any fire sign. Aries, Leo. Oh, it's a Sagittarius. Why are they not friends with y'all anymore, Pisces? Because of your addiction and because of you. Or Leo, rather. Why did I say you? There's a Leo here. There's a King and Queen of Wands that have a drug problem. It looked like she, in fact, is the one that has the drug problem, not him. But you're not being friends with these people anymore because you know they're on drugs. You know they're fucking up. And you know where it's going to lead them to. That everything in their life is going to fall apart because it's always... I feel this is always what happens with these two people. It's like a pattern with these two people for this to happen. And it's all, constant. It's like a revolving door of failure. Failure after failure, and they never learn. They keep on going back to each other, and you're manifesting a tower for them. That's why that Leo's about to have a tower, because Pisces is going to make sure they do. Pisces has got it in for you, Leo. Watch out for Pisces. Alright, can I have some guidance for Pisces spirit? Pisces is like, Pisces must be somehow involved with Leo and, whoever. I don't know. Talk to me, spirit, for Pisces. Oh. I release self judgment and embrace self love. I find beauty in every aspect of my being. So you might be struggling with your self image a little bit. Message from the love angels, and you see, with spirits working on love here. We can fly into your life when you need help finding love for yourself. Allow us to help you see yourself clearly as a true beloved child of the divine. And I dream, I believe, I receive, I achieve. My opportunities for success are limitless. And as the keeper of the secrets of the universe, I breathe into you your fondest dreams. There is no limit to what you can create with my aid. And I am connected to the power of the divine feminine. Harmony and magic fill my life. As the grace of God, I can help you connect to your ability to manifest magic through the divine feminine. And my memory is perfect. I remember everything easily. So you might be having some memory problems. Call upon me, the Archangel of Memory, when you need to increase your mental abilities. Remember facts or release unhappy memories. You might just need to release all, old memories from this family dynamic, because that was a very unhappy place for you. And then I am a magnet for good hair days and spontaneous dance parties. I embrace fun in my life, and we love a good time and a good joke as much as you do. Allow space in your life for lightness and joy in all moments, great and small. Okay, Pisces, that was cool. I like your angels. I like them. Bad hair days, good hair days, whatever, and spontaneous dance parties. I knew a Pisces that we used to have those That's why I was laughing, because I know one that had them with me one time. But I think they were pretending to be my friend because they wanted to find out what I would say about somebody else. You gotta watch them Pisces. All right, I guess we'll just go ahead and move on to Cancer now. You told him to have a nice life. I don't blame you. All right, Spirit. Spirit said to start out with these cards for you, Cancer. All right, Christy, I'm doing Cancer. All right, how are you working in Cancer? Cancer, I got forgiveness and responsibility. They came out, forgiveness came out upright, but responsibility came out in reverse. So somebody's irresponsibility, you need to be gentle and show generosity for some reason, is what I'm getting so far for you. Maybe even they need to have a little bit more self-control. Um, how are you working in Cancer's life, Spirit? The star came out in reverse. There's a situation in your life that Spirit maybe wants you to feel like there's no hope for. Maybe wants you to realize there's no hope for. What's the energy to overcome? And if you saw the beginning of the reading, that was very much what the very beginning of the reading. You're having to be patient, I think, during a time that you are going through a time where you feel like there's no hope. And that's what the very, very beginning of the video was about. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go back and watch it and get what you can and listen to the song that came with this in the description box. What's going to pull it together? Damn it, boy. The Tower and the Hermit came out, y'all. That Tower came out for Leo, so you might be dealing with one, Cancer. And also, there's a cycle in your life that will just not end. Even after having a long soul search. It's like you're having a soul chat because of a tower. That's what's going to pull it together. And it has to do with a situation you feel like is hopeless. And it's probably this cycle that's still not closing out here. Why is it not closing? The Empress, the Lovers, and justice. Because she's going to have to make a choice to have justice and be strong and change when it comes to some manipulation. There's somebody in your life that I feel is being very, very manipulative. I think that they may have a Leo placement. They may have, I'm just going to say Leo. I'm just going to say Leo and Gemini. Those two signs have. I haven't read for Libra and Aquarius yet. I haven't done Aquarius either. I got quite a few to do. I might not get them all done today. Um, if you are wanting me to do one for you, though, let me know in the comments so I can get to you next. Because I might just stop after a couple more or after this one. Because I am getting. Um, I'm going to need a break soon. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. What's going on with Cancer Spirit? Show me how this happened. There's something that's going to happen that's going to cause a tower for you, and you're going to realize. But because you're soul searching, I feel like this is going to be possibly a quiet tower for you. Because even after the tower, it's like you're still not going to be willing to end something. I think you're realizing you need to end something, but you haven't yet. That's what I think is being said. But we're going to find out. Why is... What? Show me how this happened. Somebody had something to say. They opened their mouth. They wanted to talk. Use big words like validate, acknowledge, and empathize. So you were trying to talk to somebody by talking to them. This is how this happened. By somebody opening their mouth and saying something. All right, what were they hiding? I'm hearing somebody go, so this could have been kept secret. What were they hiding? That they don't want shit to be different. Go all in or get the fuck out and fuck your feelings. So it's like somebody here really wants you to go all in or get out. And they're saying, I don't want this to be different. Fuck how you feel. That's what they're saying. See what I mean? You're dealing with some nasty, nasty energy. And what's being shown? And I don't think Spirit wants you to have hope for this. That you're going to watch what you say, agree to disagree, and somebody's going to let it all hang out. So while one of you is real passive aggressive, the other one is just belligerent. Cancer. What's going to be the outcome here? What's going to happen next? You're not going to be in love with this person, but you're going to be asking yourself, do I really love them? So this could be two different energies. Like one of you is like, I don't love you at all. And the other one's like, do I even love them? It's like, y'all know you're not supposed to be together. It's like you just tolerate each other. You can't keep anything to yourself, or you need to keep things to yourself, or maybe you do keep things to yourself. It says keep this to yourself. But it's like somebody can't. It's like they blurt shit out. I feel like there's somebody very belligerent and they just fire away. I'm hearing that song Fire Away by Chris Stapleton. Give me what you got, your best shot. I'm not afraid. Somebody's hot, smart, and has a great ass, though. Otto, calm down. Alright. Show me how this happened further. I might see the other side of it now, or a different angle of it. Show me how this happened. You have someone in your life that you very much... This could be somebody that was at a long distance relationship. You were mirroring them. They gave you the silent treatment when they got jealous, and you felt like there was no future here. And I don't blame you. If somebody is at a distance from me, and they're a mirror for me, but they give me the silent treatment when they're jealous, There is no future for us. There is no future for you because they can never see what you're really doing. They have to trust you. This is a trust issue, Cancer. Somebody at a distance does not trust the other person. And if you're going to get jealous and not talk to this person every time you think they're talking to somebody else or seeing somebody behind your back, you don't know whether they are or not. And you have to know who you're dealing with. You have to know your person is going to be faithful. And I feel that this person has been irresponsible. And that may be why you need to be generous and gentle and forgive them because they may have done something. There's no hope, is what Spirit's saying. I don't think Spirit wants you with this person, Cancer. What's being hidden besides F your feelings? It's like this person has no respect for you. This person is disrespectful as hell. Now you're mismatched secretly. This person is a catalyst flame. And somebody feels like this is a safe space. It's not that it's a safe space emotionally. Somebody wants what this can offer them financially, I think, the security of it. This is all about security for you, Cancer. It's not about emotional stability or emotional maturity because this person is so emotionally immature. They're at a distance from you and they give you the silent treatment when they're jealous. There's no future vision. And this is not secretly you know this person is mismatched in a catalyst flame, but you're acting like they're a safe space. The hell? What's being shown? What's the truth here? What are you showing us? Not what are they showing us? Oh, you like the sex, huh? The sex is good here. That's what you're so hooked on. This person is not even a spiritual match for you, Cancer. You don't even have the same beliefs. But you will have sex with this person because you like the sex. Or if you haven't had sex with them, you think about it a lot, fantasize it about, because there's a lot of chemistry between the two of you. You have a lot of sexual chemistry. Or what's going to be the outcome? Shared healing. And a new adventure. I think you're going to find somebody new. And I'm going to tell you why. Cancer. No, I'm not going to tell you why. No, I'm not. I don't even know what I was about to say. Okay. Who's the shared healing with? I don't feel like it's this person. I feel like it's somebody new. That's why I'm asking. Whoa. It is with this person! Because you're going to avoid and they're going to stop being hot and cold. You're not business partners for some reason. Cancer. Cancer! We got to talk. There's so much better for you in this world than this situation I'm reading here. This is all about the sex. This is all about sex, baby. Remember that song? Alright, Cancer, you got to decide whether you are going to stay with this person for the sex. But I'm going to give you some guidance on what the tarot would say. Why is there no hope for this situation, Spirit? Because this person doesn't love you. They never have, and they never will. And all you do is fight. Fight, 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 fight. They never shut up. Or was that Pisces? Yeah, but somebody did open their mouth here. And see, you always watch what you say and agree to disagree. And yeah, they let it all hang out. They're belligerent. This person is very, very destructive, I feel. I don't feel like they have any respect. You're very passive aggressive, and you wait until this person has pushed you into a corner, and then you do what my husband used to say. You get that Satan look in your eyes when they are scared. Like when you finally go off the deep end because of the passive aggressiveness, I've now since learned to be assertive. But I used to be very, very codependent and passive aggressive. And when my husband and I were together, he would literally tell me, Christy, calm down. Calm down. You're getting that look again. Your eyes are getting that crazy, really mental ill look. He said my eyes would get some kind of look, like my pupils would get real big, and I would just, I don't know. I can't do it unless I'm feeling it. But it's like the emotions inside of me get so overwhelming. I can remember doing it. It would feel so overwhelming to me if I mean, I could still do it right now if somebody pissed me off. What it is I'm pissed off. And if you cross me and you get me that mad, and if you start seeing tears come out of my eyes, but the tears are not emotional tears, if you're seeing me with this expression on my face that you can't really describe, but it's anger, and the tears start rolling down the corner of my eyes, you better fucking run. Because I'm getting ready to take the nearest thing to me, and I'm going to take your fucking head off. Because it's like I see nothing anymore. It's like I completely would go blind. And that's what I see happens here. Is you are either real sweet to this person or you freaking lose it. And it's because they constantly lose it. The only thing y'all have in common is the sex is good. That's not enough to keep a relationship going, Cancer. It never will be. Why is the star here? Because you're going to finally get clarity. You're going to finally realize that this person caused you a lot of destruction, probably a lot of money, and that you have a lot of fond memories, even real far back, maybe to childhood, but you're going to realize the truth. What's the truth? I think it's that they're destructive and that they make you a different person. This is sex. It's just all about, yeah. There could have even been a lot of addiction here. Look, the Five of Cups, this person caused you to be so sad. And it's because they were constantly deceiving you. Maybe with one of your friends. Something to do with partying or celebrating and deceiving you. They could have been going out a lot, and um, the sexual chemistry may not have been with you. It could have been with somebody else. They could have ended up having a child with that person or something like that, and they ended up. Whose reading was that? Was that yours or Pisces? I'm getting confused now. All right, why is temperance here? You're having to be that you need to stop. Okay, let me say this. Spirit is saying you need to stop being tempered. You need to get assertive. You need to stop being passive aggressive, because that's what temperance is when it's the energy to overcome. Is you're giving this person way too much rope. You need to give them just enough to hang themselves, and when they do, walk away. Get out. Because this person is not healthy and I don't see them changing. Why is temperance here? Because you need to have conflict resolution. There's a need to resolve the conflict. If the two of you can learn to resolve conflict, there might be a chance. But see, you have to learn to stop being, or they have to learn. I don't know which one of y'all it is, but one of y'all is very passive aggressive, and the other one is very aggressive. And the other one tiptoes on eggshells and tiptoes on eggshells until they get tired of stepping on them fucking eggshells, and then they go off. All right, why is the Hermit here? I think the Eight of Wands, there's going to be some communication or some very rapid motion. Why would you get rapid motion from a Hermit? You might be getting some information. Oh, baby. You're getting tired of this person constantly having new people. Why is the Tower here? You're going to finally get tired of this because the Empress is here in reverse with the High Priestess in reverse. You know good and damn well that you need to leave this person alone to the point where your intuition is telling you this for so long now that it's coming out in reverse. You're not listening to your inner voice, knowing that you're hearing it. And you're a very, very creative, fun woman who can take care of her own. And you're with this person for something. It could be stability and sex. You could get any money from this person. Look, there's going to be a breakup, though. Why is the world in reverse? Because there it is, right there. This person's going to do it one too many times. The Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords. That's the end of a marriage. If this could be your husband, this is going to end. It's just not there yet, and it's because you're not there yet. You're still willing to give this person whatever they ask for because you want to keep them in your life. So you are keeping the peace so you don't have to lose this person. The last thing that you need to be worrying about is losing this person. You need to be looking for a new person. One that's real and not BSing. This person is BSing. And they might even be at a distance. You might be the one who gets jealous and stops talking to them when, like, you feel like they're talking to other people online. I don't know. Somebody here gets jealous. Whew, what a reading. What a reading. These readings have been crazy. Alright, let me get you some guidance here. Cancer. Oh, wait. Spirit said to ask about your money. What's going on in Cancer's money? Somebody could be an artist, but they're not going to the next level. Why not? Because they won't be. Cancer's like, if you want to be an artist, then you put the investment in. You put the money into you doing this, and maybe you'll actually make some money. But don't get me to come after you to put money in. Cancer. You're not playing with this artist. I don't know who they are. But you're like, don't be asking me for money if you want to go to the next level. Get out and get a job. If you want more art supplies, look, this person is very unreliable. What else is going on? Somebody's maybe done some spell work. Spell work came out in reverse, and this could be causing conflicts between. What's the outcome of the spell work? That's why they're unreliable. They don't know how to do spell work. They don't even know how to write spells. This person is trying to act like they know how to do spell work and like they're real spiritual, and they don't know how to do. If you let this person do a spell for you, you wasted your money. This person's a fraud. If you got them to put a spell on somebody, whoever they did, I'm gonna say this: either they're a fraud or their spells are not as powerful as the person they were coming up against. That could be the case too. But this was saying that they can't even write spells. They don't even know what a spell is. It was like it was like saying they don't know what spell work is. Maybe it was just real negative energy. It could have just been real negative, 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 negative. All right, what is the guidance here? Whoa. Thank God I don't do spell work. I don't get involved in none of that kind of crap. I don't want anything. I don't. It's not a good idea. And I'm just giving you my 2 cents worth. Do what you want to with it. But it is never a good idea to go against another human being's free will. And anytime you try to change the trajectory of things without letting them play out naturally, you're doing that in one form or another. And eventually, it's going to cause a ripple effect in your pond, and it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. because something inevitably that you're going to ask for is going to cost you something to have it. Trust me. That's how the enemy works. Very, very sly. So start trying that spell work if you want to. May I have angels for Cancer? Some of y'all might be into it, but I'm not. I trust that others' journeys are perfect for them and mine is for me. I find happiness on my own path. And focus on your own dreams, express gratitude. Then you will easily see all the signs we send to let you know we're here helping you. And I believe in the power of love. I allow for healing in all my relationships, including the one I have with myself. When you have any fears surrounding love in your life, ask for our guiding hands to bring healing and reassurance that all will be well. With I am a magnet for answered prayers. I effortlessly attract blessings into my life. I am the deliverer of prayers. Your request will be heard and answered in ways that will bring the greatest joy of fulfillment. I am a co-creator with the universe. I am aware of divine knowledge. I am My awareness of divine knowledge is constantly expanding. And then on the bottom of this deck we have there is no limit. You have a lot of messages from your angels. There is no limit to how my guardian angels can assist me. I can ask for angelic help with anything I need. We are omnipresent, so we can be anywhere and everywhere all at once. Don't hesitate to ask for our help with any task, big or small. How do you even know what divination looks like? Have you ever seen what divination looks like? Or witchcraft? Have you ever seen what those things look like? Because if you're comparing that to this, you don't even have a clue what those things look like. Because if you had ever seen them, you wouldn't be here right now because you'd be terrified of me. I'm nothing to be threatened. I'm no threat. I'm no threat to anyone. Alrighty. Cancer, let's get you some trinkets. I let other people have their beliefs, and I have mine, and mine are very unique, and the way I talk to God is very unique. And if you don't like it, leave. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so very much. Somehow, I haven't gotten this in a long time, but I got a cowboy boot. It looks like a cowgirl boot, actually, Cancer. The reason I'm laughing is because my mom got a boot like that for her birthday, and she's a Cancer. I have a key with a Mickey Mouse on it, but this always can mean a couple of things to me. It can mean Disney World, Florida, or it can mean the key to the kingdom. You know, I love you more. You might say that to somebody. Every journey starts with a single step. Okay, I have an arrow. I have a turquoise ring. I have the letter U. I don't know where that came from. I have a turtle. I have a peace sign, a star, a cross, an anchor, a bird, and a ball or a mandala, or whatever you call them. Those things you color. All right. Who are you talking to, Spirit? I think I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to quit. Mercury, Cancer, you came out, Cancer. Number 8, PGLBKOM. Did you get that? Mercury. I go into a trance when I'm looking at these dice. Leo is here. Jupiter, WKBOTMA. And see, that is Sagittarius, Jupiter. That's expansion. Mercury is actually, I think, in Leo right now, and there's a Leo here. Merc, not Mercury, Jupiter. Jupiter is in Leo right now. It moved into Leo, I think. All right, I'm gonna go one more time. G came out. D, V, Neptune or Pisces. P, G, R, K, C, Mercury, number 10. Wait, something's missing. No, there it is. There it is. Okay. I keep getting Mercury. All right, Cancer, that's your reading. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that. I'm going to do Capricorn and then I'm going to close, okay? All righty. All right, Spirit, show me how you're working in the Capricorns in this collective. May I see, please? Because Capricorn has come up quite a bit on the bottom of the deck. That's why I'm doing Capricorn. Because it looks like that's what a lot of y'all have on the bottom of the deck. Whoa, Capricorn, what the hell? What's going on, my Capricorn? Calm down now. Humility came out, stewardship, and patience, but they all came out sideways. And love and kindness. So it looks like you're trying to be patient. Something's going on with your money. And you have humility, but it's not quite. It's like you are struggling with humility and patience. Maybe because of something that's going on with your money. Your love life is showing up, and having a lot of kindness is here, and you're persevering. You're not giving up. Um, you're just gonna keep pushing on. I don't know what to say about you. It's like you've lost your patience, and all your humility went out the window with it. And it had something to do with something to your money. Somebody messed with your money is what it looks like to me. All right, show me how you're working in Capricorn's life, Spirit. Spirit. I don't know. I'm not taking those. Show me how you're working. There we go. Capricorn, the Emperor came out for you. It's like you are really standing in your power. You're a very powerful person, I can tell you that. Somebody who can run an empire, and you came out as somebody upright that can run an empire. All right, what's the energy to overcome for Capricorn, Spirit? Spirit said, you having self-control and strength. So you have a lot of power, but you need to use control with your power. Like, you need to control your power. Spirit just told you that the energy for you to get over is yourself, essentially. Capricorn. That you can be controlling, I think. I think you can try to tell other people what to do because you have so much power. But you're probably good at it because Capricorns tend to be. But that don't mean you should do it either. You need to have humility, okay? Okay, what's going to pull it together? You are so certain about ending something. It's almost like there's an era of your life that you're thinking about ending. Maybe because of her. This would be your identical match, astrologically, or it's like a soulmate. But typically, when you're that strong of energy, it can be twin flame energy. I don't really know if that's what the case is here. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius, a Virgo, a Taurus, and another Capricorn, Virgo, twice, Taurus. We're going to find out more about what this is saying. I feel Like your family is probably okay, but show me how you're working in Capricorn's family spirit. You're not having any sex? That might be a problem. Alright. I'm sorry. What about work? What about work? There's something you need to open your mouth and talk to some people about at work, Capricorn. Alright. What's the surprises that are going on for Capricorn right now? What's surprisingly going on with Capricorn? You're gonna work out, so you may have not been doing your workouts like you used to, and you're not gonna shut the fuck up because you're being heard. Somebody's listening to you and you want to talk to this person, but you're working out. Alright, that's what's being shown. No, wait, we're doing homework. This is your stuff. Oh, so you're gonna surprisingly work out because somebody wants to talk to you. They won't shut up, and you're listening. Or they're listening and you won't shut up. Somebody here just wants to talk, 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 and the other person wants to listen, listen, listen. But you got to work out. That's the surprise. Love life. Capricorn, you're saying F your job because of your love life. You can't say F your job because of your love life. Maybe you're in love with somebody at work. If that's the case, maybe you were in love with somebody at work and now you want to, get out of that environment. But for some reason, your love life is making you say F your job. I don't know. What's your role here? Your family's getting on your nerves. You can't leave right now, though. You can't pack your bags right now. So you just need to sit back and relax. I will tell you, it says oral love is in your future on the back of that card, but that can mean either oral sex or it can mean communication. And it looks like there's somebody that's talking a lot and somebody who's listening a lot. It's time for anal, though. It's talking about a lot of sex here, and we see you're not getting any at home. So maybe the outcome is going to be that you're going to get some sex. You just can't do it now because you can't pack your bags. Because your family's getting on your nerves and you can't get away right now. But you want to sit back and relax and talk to somebody. Somebody could be just being an asshole because it says interrupting is for assholes. And this is saying, yeah, somebody here could be an asshole. And you're just having to deal with them because this is your family. And you're just like sitting back and chilling and going, that's how the family is around here. I already know this. I'm just not going to let it bother me. And somebody's not waiting. They're just not waiting. There's somebody that will not wait because you don't want to spend time with them. So that's what could happen potentially. I see on the bottom of the deck. You can't get away to spend time with them. It's like you're not allowed to leave. For some reason, you're stuck with your family. You might work with your family, and that's why you were saying fuck your job. I don't know, but you were saying that for your love life. It's fuck your job. Maybe your partner works a lot. Maybe your partner would say fuck your job because it ruined your marriage or something, something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of ways I can interpret that card. Okay, what do we look? This is the most powerful reading I've seen yet. There's something really significant going on here, y'all. I don't know. Let me ask. Why is the Emperor here? Because he's going on a new adventure. Somebody's being hot and cold, sending mixed signals, and wants to go on a new adventure. Somebody has addiction and they want to go on a new adventure. That could be why you want to get away from this person. Your strength fell on the floor and turned over in reverse. That could be your weakness as your addiction. You could have addiction that you're recovering from. There's a dream team that you want to go on an adventure with. Alright, why is the Emperor here for Capricorn, Spirit? Remember now, I have a Capricorn placement too. And I'm definitely not getting any sex at home. My ascending sign, which typically will resonate with you strongly if you're in your North Node, your life purpose. Infidelity came out in reverse. Hot and cold in reverse. And common interest in reverse. So there's somebody here that you no longer are interested in because of the mixed signals and the cheating. They were cheating on you, sending you mixed signals, and you thought y'all had things in common. That's why he's here? Why else is he here? Because he's going to have domestic bliss. So, I don't think these are the same people. I think this is somebody from your past versus something new. Why is strength here? Because this is the energy for you to overcome. Is being patient and stubborn. Can you be patient and stubborn at the same time? It's like you're having self-control. It's like you're really controlling yourself and being really stubborn. Why is strength here? You're not giving in at all. Because you're fighting with somebody and somebody feels like a safe space. Maybe you're fighting with somebody about this being a safe thing. Like you feel like it's not safe. Maybe they feel like it's very safe and domestic bliss, and you're like, this is not safe. Why is temperance here for Capricorn? Nancy, please. Because you're no longer afraid to get away from this person. You maybe at one time you were afraid to leave because this person might have been, unfaithful. I think you knew they were being unfaithful because I think you knew that the reason why they were being hot and cold is because that's what people do when they're being unfaithful is they send you mixed signals. They no longer show interest in the things you like anymore because they want to have an excuse to go hang out with the people that they're having the affair with. It's not that they don't really have the same interest with you, that they never did, I think is what it comes. They were probably just pretending. Why is the Hermit here? Your buddy Virgo's here. Because this has just been a toxic cycle. And see, that's what you are soul searching about ending is this toxic shit. I think you might still be dealing with this very much. Why is the World here? I think these people are still dealing with you somehow. You haven't, there's a cycle you haven't closed. But what you don't see coming is your wife or identical match. This could be your wife. This could be somebody you want to get married to or will already be married to. Why is the World here? We'll find out in a minute. Because you're no longer securely attached to the past. It was too painful. I think you're leaving somebody. It looks like you're leaving somebody. Yeah, you're no longer afraid to leave because you found somebody you can have a domestic bliss and a safe space with. But you're fighting with somebody because I think they're afraid for you to leave. It's like somebody saying, "Man, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You remember how it ended last time. You thought it was going to be great, and they ended up cheating on you. They didn't care about you. That was not the same thing. Why is the Empress on the bottom of the deck? That's the new adventure you want to go on, but can't because you can't pack your bags right now. Yeah, that's what it is. This is the person that you want to see, but you can't because you can't leave wherever you are. You're not afraid to leave. It's not that you don't want to, it's that you can't. And you have a shared purpose. This is the one you have the domestic bliss and the safe space. It's like you have this person that you want to be with really bad, but you're still getting out of something toxic, or maybe you're still, let me say this, it's still showing up in your energy. If it's not, they might be, Cheryl. You know that for the longest time, the Catholic Church would not even let people read Bibles. Hey, Snowy. I don't know if I'm going to get a list together because I've done a long reading. It's been about 5 hours long now, and I think I'm probably going to just close today, honestly. I'm so sorry. This has been a long reading. I'm doing Capricorn, and I think I'm just going to close after this. But it looks like, let me tell you what it looks like to me. Capricorn wants to be with this new person, and it looks like they are an identical match for each other astrologically somehow, or just have a lot in common. It could just be a man that's very powerful, and this woman has the ability to um, be be with him and run an empire together. They can both run empires, both of them. She's very strong herself. Like she don't need him to survive. But when you putting the two of them together, you definitely have domestic bliss, especially when they're both upright. But he is in a relationship where somebody cheated. They were sending mixed signals. I don't see anything going on with her except she's just waiting for this new adventure to start. So in this toxic cycle, and if it's only you in your head about it, because see, hermit mode is when you're soul searching. And I feel like you're soul searching about, is this going to end the same way as that last one? I don't see that, but I don't know. Show me the outcome if they pursue this person. Trauma bond did come out, I have to say. So that's what you need to be really careful about. Y'all have trust issues, both of you. Be careful with the trust issues. You need to work on the trust issues. If they do that, what would be the outcome? Shared healing. Okay. Now I see what's going on here. Yeah, you have an ex. This masculine energy has an ex. It could be a male or female. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man or a woman. But they had somebody that cheated on them, pretending like they were into them and weren't. And you thought you had a lot in common with that person. I don't think you were awake quite spiritually, though. I just don't think you were very awake spiritually because if you were, you wouldn't have missed this. And I think that might be why you're here because you're wondering how you missed this. This person was clever, though. This person may have made that feel like domestic bliss. And they may have also made you feel very safe because, or you might have made them feel safe, but y'all fought all the time because you were controlling, or they were. They could have been controlling, but they were trying to control you because they wanted to have this affair. It had nothing to do with you, baby. This was toxic. Just be careful. The only thing I see wrong with you and this woman being together is that you've both been through hard times and you both have trust issues. And if you're not careful, you both come from broken homes. You both of y'all come from broken marriages. So I don't know how, but you ended up together. You look like you're good for each other, but you need to be careful that you don't trauma bond. You need to heal through that together, work through the trust issues and any other. Like, I see you have more to do than what healing do they need to do besides the trauma. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? You bonded over pain, not peace. Now you're mistaking shared wounds for compatibility. That's what you need to be careful of with this person. That y'all are not both just comparing wounds. That you're actually healing and getting better. What else does she need to work on? Sexual chemistry and having no identity when it comes to her sex life. So I don't really see anything. This might not be the best person to be partnered up with business wise. Like, they might not be somebody that is at your level business wise, but I don't see that being a problem for you. Y'all might, like, you might have way more money than she does, or she might have way more money than you do. But I see her as somebody very successful. This person doesn't come out on top upright unless they're successful. Or somehow this could affect you and a business partner. You're fighting with somebody. That's the energy to overcome. Is you controlling this, or somebody else being controlling about this being a safe space and fighting with them about it because they might be afraid you're going to leave. You might. You might. I don't know. That's all I can really tell you about it, I guess. Okie dokie then. Anybody else here that wants their sign read before I close? I'm going to pull some guidance for Capricorn. And I will finish the rest, but I can't. There's just so many, and I do deep, in-depth readings for y'all. It's too much. What's going on with Capricorn's money? Entertainer came out. Why are they not in entertainment right now? Because of the media and having a new beginning. It hasn't. It's like you do something with entertainment, but right now you're taking a break maybe from that and the media. You may have just come out of a very dark time in your life. What's going to be the outcome for this entertainer? They're going to network and travel. And how will that turn out? It's undecided right now. What is it likely to lead to? If you're not a sport, it's going to make mistakes. Something about no sports, mistake. And something that happened in the past. Clarify what you mean. Artist came out. And somebody being unreliable when it comes to writing. And somebody's spirituality is a factor here. So y'all are like entertainers and artists, very creative people. It could be what the two of you do, but somebody is not into sports or they're not being a sport and there is mistakes. That was the likely outcome of undecided. If this artist who's being unrealistic doesn't start writing. Thank you, Snow Itinerary. Thank you, baby. Oh, Snow, post your question. I'm going to answer a couple questions. I knew you were, Cheryl, baby. I knew you were. Outcome of this unreliable person that's not writing. They're not in leadership. If you don't start writing, there's going to be a surprise. Somebody's saying this is no surprise. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. What does this have to do with the relationship? Has to do with parenthood. So apparently, okay, animals and a surprise. It's like what I'm getting from this is sometimes that this entertainer And the whatever that they do for art and writing, their relationships affect whatever they create. If do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they become unreliable when they so they either have to focus on one or the other. They can't do both. So you need somebody who really understands that when you're doing your your creative work and you're doing your work, they need to leave you alone. And when you're not working, you can spend time with them. Otherwise, it's probably not going to work out because you and your business partners are fighting about it. Is what it looks like to me. You're not afraid to leave though. Y'all will work it out. I have faith in you. Oh, that was funny. That was so funny. Okay, trinkets, please. Spirit for Capricorn. Capricorn, you a mess. Very powerful reading, though. I have to give it to you. Very powerful reading. Look, I found a Cosmo feather, a pendulum, and it has something hanging on it that says "Dream Big." No profit grows where there's no pleasure to be had. Maybe you need to have sex. Maybe that's what's missing in your art. Because it said parenthood. There's a Q here. There's a deer. Somehow deer are significant. There's a pig with wings. Somebody's like, I'll do that shit when pigs fly. There's a teddy bear with a baby and a windmill. I don't know what to think of that. There's an infinity sign. And there is love and beloved, or beloved. Love and be loved. Maybe it's time for you to love and be loved. Because you had a bad relationship. Okay. Jupiter, Taurus, JT, PP, JP. Jesus! Did you just see that? JPPPJHT, 10, Taurus, and Jupiter. Who is J and P? Mercury, Libra, YUIBQEZ. Number 2. I don't know any of these initials. I don't think I know you Capricorns. I haven't seen my initials yet. Libra, 11, Venus, HUDWLMD. So we have DDMLWH, Venus, Libra, number 11. Definitely felt a twin flame vibe there, or at least a real strong connection. Capricorn, you just came out with Jupiter, NGBHPXM, number 12. I don't know any of these initials. That's very, very bizarre for me not to know any of them. But I guess you do. Because Spirit doesn't give me things that don't make sense. Thank God. If he ever starts doing that, I'm giving it up. I promise you. I didn't think I'd ever do stuff like this for my. I was at one time. I was one of those people that would have called this evil, and I would have been very judgmental about it and tried to tell people how to live their life. But then I got open minded one day, and look what happened. I found out I could talk to God. Did not even know it. I did know it, but nobody else knew it. I was hiding it. All right. Snowy baby, are you gone? Sammy, are you here? I was going to answer your question, Sammy, if you're here. Going once. going twice. Gone. Y'all have a lovely afternoon and a beautiful week next week.